Welcome back to Valley Boys TCG. CK here, and today we're going to talk about some Godzilla card game deck profile. Now, with me, I have the first deck I built for set 3, and no, it wasn't King Ghidorah. I was really looking forward to playing some King Ghidorah, but no, I did not pull all the King Ghidorahs that I needed, but we did build what we did pull. The Queen of Monsters herself, Mothra. So let's check out the deck profile. So for this deck profile, we're going to go ahead and start off with the monster cards, starting with the Stage 1. We are running the only Mothra that we have, and yes, this is the SP version. I got hooked up with a couple of cool SP cards thanks to some awesome players here at Locals. They saw that I was building Mothra, and the other Mothra player actually had this one, but he wasn't running it. He didn't want to run any SPs in his deck, so I was like, I will gladly take that off your hands. I think it's a beautiful card, and beautiful cards deserve to be seen, so you should be seeing it in future gameplay videos. So we run the 96-1, which is the Resonance card, Resonance Blue-Green. Monster cards in your deck must have Mothra, so all our monster cards, spoiler alert, all our monster cards are Mothras. And your deck must contain at least 10 strategy cards. So another spoiler alert for the deck. We do have at least 10 strategies, and all our monsters are Mothras. So Resonance cards do have stipulations to run. Yes, the dual colors are great, but there are some stipulations to dual color cards. So our level 2 is, of course, the Larva. This Larva is a 2-step, Stage 2. And it has the, when you successfully counter your opponent's monster card, if you have a card with base in play, increase this card's rage by 2. So if you get the base set up early and then get countered or set up for the counter, this comes really in handy. It gets you pretty beefy and could make a very interesting invasion on Stage 2. For our 3, we were kind of torn which 3 to play. The 3s and 4s have options. For the 3, we decided to go with Mothra Leo. When you successfully counter your opponent's monster card, if you have a card with base in play, destroy one of your opponent's rank 7 or lower battle cards. So some counter destruction there, very nice from the Leo. I just felt like this was the better one to run in the monster deck because I wanted the option of when to enter the other one. So that's why I went with Mothra Leo. But we'll talk about the other ones in a sec. And for our Stage 4, we had the option between Aqua and Armor. We went with Aqua, partially because we got our hands on a beautiful SP. Unfortunately, these oversleeves don't do justice on the foiling and texture patterns. It's kind of hard to see because of the oversleeves, but the Stage 1 Mothra has a nice swirl pattern. This one kind of has like a fish scale type thing, so it fits in with the theme. But Aqua Mothra, if you have a card with base in play, this card gains plus 10,000 threat level. So he's a 44 if you have a base on board. Definitely there for the invasion play. Get yourself big and try to invade. So let's go ahead and start off with the monster cards here. And as the Resonance has probably already made you aware, all our monster cards are Mothras. So let's take a look. We are running, of course, 3 of the Larvas, as mentioned from the monster deck. We are running 3 more Leos here. Leo as we're running the monster deck. A full 4 set of the Rainbow Mothras, and we're basically running everything at max. So we have the full 4 Rainbow Mothras here. Now this is the reason I didn't put this as my main is return 1 strategy card with base from your discard pile to your hand. Now, honestly, this one is not a bad idea to run in the main deck and swap it out, which I may do because by the time we hit this, we should have already used up a base. If not, well, hey, we have others to recycle, but there is some nice recursion in this deck, so being able to recur our bases back from discard will come in handy. Next, we are running, since we have 1 in the monster deck, we are running 3 more Aqua Mothras in the main deck. No, these are not SPs. Then we have our final piece here, which is 4 Armor Mothras. Now, in the gameplay we had, I don't think I had this same setup. I picked up some extra pieces after the fact. So Armor Mothra is really good. Enter, evolve all your Mothra battle cards with evolution. When you successfully counter your opponent's monster, if you have a base in play, retreat your opponent's monster back to zone 1. That is a beast of a play. Being able to set your opponent all the way back to area zone 1 is such a huge counterplay, really ruins momentum. Now let's look ahead at the strategy cards here. I think the strategy cards kind of matter because it's part of the stipulation you have to run at least 10. So let's look at what space we're making. So we're running the new on-theme Heat Ray, the Petite Railgun. You see Mothra's little Petite Railgun. We're running 2 of those because Heat Ray is just great, and that is just Heat Ray with a little more theme to it. Next, we are of course running 4. See the camera, there we go. Yakusugis. This is a base card. Base cards are not destroyed. They stay in the strategy unless your opponent has a way to destroy strategy cards, which there is in this set, or when any monster invades into zone 6 or 8, destroy this card. So it stays in your strategy zone. It will take up space, but as soon as you or your opponent invade into a zone either 6 through 8, it does get destroyed. But it has your turn at the beginning of your counter phase. Now that's important. At the beginning of your counter phase, evolve one of your rank 4 or lower battle cards with evolution. So this pairs very nicely with the new larva form that is in this set. Very, very strong combo. If you saw the gameplay already for the first game, we got to get the combo pop off and basically get into a Mothra 7, rank 7 Mothra turn 1, which is insane. We are running 1 Legend of Infinite Island. It is just, a good card to, if you want to just jump already to a Mothra 8, which is obviously spoiler what's in the battle card deck, but just an extra evolution to trigger. Not a bad idea to have that on hand. The last blue strategy we are running is 2 Burning Godzilla's Rampage, because it's just a goated card. It is too good not to run. I mean, it is a 7 to win from 7. So lucky 7 there. You're on 7, you play this, you 2-step, you win. What else can I say about that? We are running 1 Godzilla Captured, just because this is a really good card that came out of this set, in my opinion. Just set your opponent's rage to 0, kind of helping you get that counter play right off the bat. And then last but not least, I decided to throw in 1 Oxygen Destroyer because I just think it's really good. And you combine Oxygen Destroyer with Godzilla Captured, reset their rage, and then Oxygen Destroyer them, that can definitely stall and buy you a turn. So as you see there, we have 11 strategy cards fulfilling the need of the 10 minimum strategy cards. Now let's go ahead and look at some battle cards. First, we'll start off with one of the new tech pieces. So, Goga. This one's an interesting card, but I don't really think it's as good as it seems. I think this is a trap card, but I think there are certain instances where it will come in handy. So this one reads, when your monster card invades, if this is in zone 8, you may put this card under one of your Mothra battle cards with evolution. If you do, evolve that Mothra's battle card. So really you would put this down, you would invade, trigger the evolution. It's another free evo, but it has to be in zone 8. Now, granted, it's not an end of turn. It's just whenever you invade, you do it. So you can toss it. You can play it on zone 8, invade, tuck to trigger the evolution, and then put something else on zone 8. That is a way to actually make use of it, I guess. It is another cheap evolution to throw down. So not a bad card, not a terrible card to have. It's just, I don't like the idea of having to put him on 8 and he takes away a space on 8, but typically you'd want to play this first, invade, evolution, and then make use of it. So, we're testing it out. It hasn't really come up for me yet, but that's why we have the Legend of Infinite Island there. I am running 2 Primitive Mothra. I think this is a really good card for what the deck is doing. You're constantly evolving, so sometimes you're drawing those evolution targets and they're not in the deck. He helps you reset the deck. You could always run the Biollante and reset your deck. That is another option. I'm not running Biollante. This is basically pure Mothra. So with this one, it states, enter. You may put up to 1 Mothra battle card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So what you want to do is maybe pitch the, if it's in your hand, pitch it for invade or whatever you need. Play this, put it back on top of your deck, and then you probably would trigger Yakusugi or Goga or something like that. So the play there would probably be pitch the evolution target you want to evolve into with one of your evolution 7 Mothra larvas. You would pitch it, invade, then play this, so that way it's out of your discard pile and back on top of your deck, and then maybe end of turn or start of your counter, trigger Yakusugi, and that way you know that it's in the deck because you placed it there. So I'm running it as a 2-of because it's more of a tech piece. It's not very strong, only 2,000 counter power, but it's a 3 stomp, so pretty easy to get out. Now let's talk about our main and probably the best Mothra to come out of this set, and that is the new Mothra Larva 1992. This is an Evolution 7. 3,000 counter power, but it's a 3 rank. So you can get this on board turn 1. This is the turn 1 combo. Let's say your opponent invades 1, pushes up there on 3. That means they're on 3. You can play this turn 1 if you're going second. So you put this down, you invade 2 to get yourself to zone 3, play the Yakusugi, and boom. End of your very first turn going second, you have an Evolution 7 already on board, ready to counter and really kind of mess with the board state. So really, really good. This is the key card, I think, for this deck. Must be at a 4-of. Unfortunately, it is a 2-step. Some of your best cards are 2-step, so it's really hard to make your 2-step space. If you notice, we have 3, 7, 8 already 2 steps there. So we're limiting our 2-step space. We've already got 8 spaces there. Next, we are also now running 4 of the other Mothra Larva 92. This is the rank 4, but also Evolution 7. This is basically the same thing as that one, but 1 rank lower. So the new one is much easier to get on board. It's a rank 3. You play it down, 3,000 counter. This is also 3,000 counter, but it is a rank 4, so you gotta wait till your opponent moves up just a little bit more. But essentially 8 of the same targets. The initial build on the gameplay, I only had 4 and 2. I realized I needed to up it to 4 because it is key in the Yakutsugi play. We are going to run some of the green Mothras because the green Mothras do come up. This is a dual color, and I know this is heavily on the blue side so far, but you see our blue package there. On the green side, besides Predator Mothra, we do have the rank 5 Mothra Imago 1961. This one does have Revenge, reduce your opponent's rage by 1, so you can set it up. 5 rank, 5,000 counter power, pretty good mid stats, solid stats there for what it is. It is a 2-step, so that's the last 2-step in our deck. They're taking up the last 2 spot spaces, but being able to know that, hey, they're going to come in and it's going to reduce your rage, potentially set it up to reduce your rage, works hand in hand with the green strategy of Godzilla Captured. So very nice stuff there. We are not running any of the red and green Sacred Guardian Beast Mothras. The Sacred Guardian Beasts don't really mesh too well with what we're doing with this deck, so that's why we left those out. The other green Mothra is now looking at our very top end pieces, the rank 7. Now, this one is where I messed up in my gameplay because I initially misunderstood how good it was. Now, enter. If an opponent's battle card was destroyed this turn, you may place 1 battle card from your discard pile under this card. Why that matters? Awakening 4. If there is a card under this card, it gains plus 3,000 counter power. Awakening 6. If there is a card under this card, this gains an additional 3,000 counter power. He is already at a 6,000 base on his own. So if you are at zone 6, this becomes a 12k Mothra. Super big. Now, my mistake was I thought you had to destroy something to tuck something underneath. And so I never evolved into it, not realizing, oh, evolve into it and you automatically have a card underneath, because when you evolve, you don't destroy the card underneath, you stack on top. So it is a perfect evolution target, and one that makes me think maybe if I'm going heavy to the evolution, I should probably up this number. Right now I'm only at 2. It is very tempting to up it to 3, but we are very tight on space. I might consider upping it to 3 or 4 by cutting maybe Goga and one of my strategy cards, something like that. But we have to talk about the main top end here and the new pieces that really make this deck pop. And that is, first and foremost, the rank 7 blue Rainbow Mothra. This is a menace, and if you get that turn 1 combo, it is super annoying for your opponent because enter. If you have a card with base in play, which you would, you're usually doing evolution off the Yakutsugi, an opponent's monster card with 20,000 or less threat level retreats back 1 zone. That is crazy, and this is what makes Mothra a big bully it is constantly pushing your opponent back a zone. So here we enter. They're usually early in the game, not up to 20k. And boom, you're pushing them back one zone and slowing them down. Mothra's all about slowing down their pace, not letting them get to that invasion. So we run the full 4 of this one, Rainbow Mothra, such a key component to this deck. You'll notice that it has evolution 8, and that is because there is now an 8 Mothra in the deck, and this is the Eternal Mothra. Now, Eternal Mothra, very similar to what Rainbow Mothra is doing. Enter. If this card is in zone 8 and you have a card with base in play, an opponent's monster card with 60,000 or less threat level retreats backwards by 1 zone. So if you can set up your 7 on zone 8, which is probably what you're going to want to do anyway, if you can get into evolution into 8, you can get into this Eternal Mothra and push back almost anybody, because 60,000 or less counter power, it is not easy to get over 60k for a lot of decks, especially early in the game. So he is a bully. Now, Mothras that push you back only work on enter. It's not every turn, but you only need to do it once or twice to really slow them down and really push for your own game. I absolutely love this top end piece. That's why I built my deck more top end heavy. If you'll see the gameplay, if you saw the Mothra versus Mothra gameplay, you'll notice that my opponent running their own Mothra build focused more on the middle. They ran the Mothra 5s, they ran the more mid-rangey Mothras. I prefer to try to get into my big Mothras and get the pushback and counter ability off of there. Didn't even speak of that. Rainbow Mothra is a 6k counter power, whereas the Eternal Mothra is a whopping 10k counter power. So yes, it's an 8, but usually you're going to evolve into it, and boom, a 10k off the evolution. Super good. Super good. So in the gameplay, you'll notice that I did run some of the other 7s. I tried the White Mothra and a Monster X. I do think Mothra is the best deck for Monster X to try to fit into, because you do have blue, green, and white Mothras, and you have them all in 7s. So your evolution 7s, you can get all 3 colors on board, and boom, Monster X comes down as a 9k rank 5. But it didn't work for me. Getting the setup was kind of tricky, and I kind of decided to focus on this style play and this build. And you know what? I'm liking it. I'm going back to retest soon. Obviously, the first 2 gameplays were a different build. This is kind of my focus build now after testing it once. Changes may be coming. Like I said, I still don't know how I feel about Goga. I would like to get probably more of the green. Space is very limited in this deck, especially with you having to run 10 strategies. But anyway, that's the deck profile for the Queen of Monsters. I really dig this deck. I know I was so excited for King Ghidorah, and that was going to be my main focus. But after playing Mothra, I'm totally down to main Mothra for this set. So we'll see. You'll probably see a lot more Mothra on the channel incoming. So hopefully you enjoyed the content. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Help me grow the channel a little bit. I love putting together these Godzilla card game videos. I'm just really enjoying the game, and hopefully you are too. But thanks for sticking around for the whole profile. Hope you enjoyed the video overall, and hope you come back for our next one.